How's it going, guys? KillKhast here. Welcome back to another World War Z build guide. This one today is going to be geared more towards your newer players. Our last one was made more towards experienced players, people that have played the game a while, kind of have a good hold on it. This one is for people that are just starting off and they want that first class to max out. They want just a good general class, easy to understand, but they still want to help their teammates out. They don't want to be constantly dying. They don't want to be holding their team back. They still want to see their name kind of up there on the scoreboards at the end. Before we get into it, I just want to say, like I always do, if you just want to cut and paste this build and hope for the best, here it is. If you want to cut out now, no hard feelings. But if you'd like to understand why we chose what we chose, how this build works, and how to use it to the best of your abilities, please stick around. Again, one more quick thing before we get into this. I want to thank you guys so much for all the positive support you showed in the channel. We're at 93 subscribers right now. We are 7 subscribers away from 100 subscribers. That is crazy. I honestly never thought that we'd get this far. And seeing those numbers, it definitely it makes me feel good. Can't explain how much that means to me, guys. Thank you very much for everything. With that being said, if you enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a like. The more likes I get on the video, the more it broadcasts it to a wider audience, and the more people are able to see this. Comment down below if you have used this build and it works for you. If you have any questions, especially since this is a new player guide, please feel free to leave them down below. There are no dumb questions, just anything that you need to know or anything that you feel like you need some help or you want me to touch more on, please go ahead, leave it down there, and I'll definitely do the best that I can to answer those questions for you. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and you'd like to see more content like this. And like I always say, feel free to thumb through the rest of my playlists. I got tons of gameplays there, tons of build guides, tons of just general impressions, horror games, all sorts of stuff. You'll probably find something there that you enjoy. But I've rambled on enough. Let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, this is going to be a beginner-friendly build. And even some of you experienced players will enjoy it. I know that I enjoy it. It's very, very simple, very cut and dry, and it does good at what it does. This isn't going to be super in-depth because I've already done an in-depth Hellraiser. If you want a full discussion of all the skills and how they would work correctly and what best situations to use them in, please refer back to my Hellraiser guide. I have it in the playlist that I'll tag at the end here. But for this particular build, let's go ahead and get into it. We're not going to touch on the first one because first one's what you get. But for the first row here, we chose Here Kitty. C4 will attract zombies for 5 seconds after being planted. So what you're doing with your C4 here, C4 is going to be your equipment. You're able to throw it using your middle mouse button. It will throw the C4 out, it beeps, makes noise, whatever, attracts zombies for 5 seconds after you throw it. So you're not going to be blowing this up the second you throw it. Please understand that now. Do not blow it up the second that you throw it. There are 2 big scenarios where this comes in handy. If there is a point that you're supposed to get the zombies off of, such as the bus in Tokyo when you're escorting it, or Greengold in Jerusalem, you need to keep the zombies off of him. General points of interest like that, you're going to throw the C4 fairly close to the target that they're running for anyways, and the horde will just swarm to your C4 as opposed to the target that you're trying to keep safe. Count to 5. Hold your middle mouse button and explode it. You can keep doing that. And you'll find on later in the build that we have a very good way of regenerating our C4. Another good scenario to use this would be if your team, you can see that your team is about to get surrounded, or if there's a ton of zombies running at you and there's nothing between your team and them to slow them down, go ahead and throw one of these out there just to kind of slow them down. Even if you don't get a big kill with your C4, it'll still slow them down enough that your teammates can help you pick them off before they get to your team. But that's why we chose this one here. It's a very good choice. Next one here, Welcoming Committee. Any mortar used by you or your teammates can kill 25% more targets. Base is 40. That means every shot from a mortar potentially can kill up to 40 zombies. For those of you that are new, killing 40 zombies before they can even get to your team with a mortar is absolutely amazing. Because think about it, do you want all those 40 zombies surrounding you and your teammates? Probably not, especially on the higher difficulties. And this is what this build is geared towards, is getting newer players through those higher difficulties with ease. Alright, next one here, Nimble Thumbs. All shotguns reload speed increased by 50%. This build is going to revolve entirely around shotguns. Your range with these shotguns is going to be medium to close range. We have a gun for you later on for your long range battles, to try to kill the zombies before they even get to your team. But this right here is going to help you reload very quickly, especially for those of you that don't know the reload glitch. And also, just reloading shotguns in general is very annoying. So if you can speed that up, that's awesome. You don't want to be stuck in a scenario where you're out of bullets and a zombie's running at you. So if you can reload your gun 50% faster, definitely going to be a plus. Demolition Squad, we're not going to touch a lot on it because, like I said, it's one of those skills that you don't have a choice. You just get it. Explosive equipment can kill 25% more targets. That applies for the whole team. You just got to pick it up because that's all that there is. This category, we went with Walk Softly. Start with the S890 shotgun. This is an upgrade to the original shotgun that you get here. Start with C4 shotgun, Hailstorm MGL. You'll already start with a shotgun. This one gives you a tier 2 shotgun. A big boost in damage, penetration, I believe magazine size. You'll just see that it hits quite a bit harder than your standard shotgun. Pickpocket, for those of you that have seen my builds before, and even those of you that are new to my builds, you will come to know that I love pickpocket. The main idea of this game is to kill zombies. I don't know what other purpose you would buy this game other than to kill zombies, but that is the main point of the game. And what this does is it capitalizes on that. Killing 15 zombies in rapid succession gives 25% chance to refill one equipment charge. And your equipment charge is your C4. So if you're completely bled dry, you have no more C4, your equipment is 0 out of 2. Every time you kill 15 zombies, there's a 25% chance you'll get one back. And whether you're new to the game or whether you've been in the game for a while, you'll know that killing 15 zombies is not that hard, especially when you have a shotgun. It's fairly easy, so you can have this proc usually several times during a big horde battle. Next one here, we went with free refill. Restore 1% of primary weapon ammo for each kill made with equipment. The worst spot possible to be out of ammo is during a horde or a swarm or whatever you want to call it. And what this does is every kill you make with your C4 will restore ammo just out of thin air. It just gives it to you. With what I said before, your kitty will attract zombies to your C4 for 5 seconds. So you drop that down, 5 seconds, there's 5 fingers, 5 seconds go by, you will have quite a bit of zombies built up at your C4. You go ahead, detonate it. For every one of those zombies that you kill, you get 1% of your ammo just restored out of thin air back to your gun. And that is going to help out a lot. That's less trips you got to make to an ammo box, and that's less of a chance you have of being stuck in a situation where you don't have any ammo. Next one here, Hollywood, like I said, just one that you have to get, so we're not going to touch too much on it. Next skill here, we go with Hole Punch. Shotgun range increased by 50%. What this skill essentially does for you is it allows you to cover all ranges of combat. Like I said, we have a gun later on that will cover your long range before the zombies even get to you. This one allows your shotgun to cover your medium and your short range, because as all of you should know by now, shotguns are short range weapons. Now shotguns fall off between medium and long range because you can't hit your target. Now what this Hole Punch here does is increases the range of your shotgun by 50%, allowing you to kill zombies in that medium to almost high range before they get to you. It makes this class a lot more viable to fight in all different ranges. You don't have to rely on the zombies to be in your face. You can kill them when they get pretty decently close, but still kind of far away. That way you don't run the risk of being swarmed. Next one here, Thumper. You have to go with the Thumper for this. And the reason being is, what this is, if you've played the game before, or even if you're new, it's a miniature little grenade launcher that is your secondary. It shoots one grenade, then you have to reload, but you can fill this up with more ammo at every ammo box that you come across. It doesn't hold a lot of ammo, but every grenade that you shoot potentially can kill quite a few zombies. I'm not sure if it has a cap on it or not. This can proc your pickpocket as well very quickly. If you have a situation where zombies are built up, they're pyramiding up so that they can climb up onto something, or if they're just running at you, or if they're on a target and you have to get them off before the time runs out, say a fence or the bus, or like I said, Green Gold before on Jerusalem, you can shoot the Thumper at that group of zombies and potentially wipe them all out at once, and you have a chance to proc your pickpocket and get more C4 in the process. This gun, it has a little bit of a weird aim to it, but it's very good at long range. Because when the zombies are running at you, usually they're funneling out of one point. And if you can aim this to that point, what you can do is you can thin the herd immensely before they even get to you. Don't get confused and think that this is only a long range weapon. It can be used in short range combat. You just need to be careful, because these grenades can hurt you and your team. So you don't want to be shooting this in the direction of your teammates. You also don't want to be shooting it too close to yourself. That's why I say it's a safe bet to go ahead and use this at long range and rely on your shotgun to that medium to short range combat. Last category here, we go with Job Satisfaction. I know the breaching charge is going to be very tempting for most of you, but trust me when I say the game does a very good job of hiding breaching charges all around the map. If you take a second to explore, you'd be surprised how many there actually are. So please do not go with the breaching charge. The breaching charge is good in certain scenarios, but for what we're doing in this build, we're simplifying this as much as possible for you newer players, And even for some of you more experienced players that have been around for a while, it's just a very simple build. This next skill we need a lot in order to ensure our survivability. So what we went with here was job satisfaction. Killing 15 zombies in rapid succession grants a temporary health boost. So, as I've said before, your thumper here can kill swarms of zombies before they even get to you, potentially 15 plus in one shot. Your shotgun here does a very good job as well of usually 1 to 2 shotting zombies, depending on their range and depending on where you hit them. It's fairly easy to kill 15 zombies. So we now have 2 skills that pretty much rely on us doing what we're playing the game for anyways, which is killing zombies. And what it does is, this right here ensures our survivability, and this right here ensures more damage to be dealt in order to proc it more. Now let me explain that a little better. You're killing zombies, you kill 15, you have a chance to get more C4. Your C4 is very good at killing more zombies, and by killing more zombies, you have a chance of getting more C4. Now add this into the mix. Killing 15 zombies, you 100% sure will get more health. It's just a little health shield, it's a buffer. It's like if any of you have played Halo before, how you have your overshield, then you have your health. Same thing, it grants you pretty much essentially an overshield, is what it is, that the zombies have to work through before they can even get to your health. Killing 15 zombies ensures that you have this overshield or extra health, and you have a chance to get more C4. With the C4, you kill more, proccing this again, chance to proc this again, and the cycle just continues. Coupled with the fact that we have free refill, every equipment charge that we use is giving us more ammo. So this build is very sustainable. It constantly gives you more health, and it constantly gives you more ammo. The only thing that is different from normal Hellraisers in this build is you're not too reliant on your equipment, your C4. Your C4 you're only going to use in situations where you need to deter the zombies from your team or from an objective. You can potentially kill your own teammates with C4, just as simple as possible. We'll put it, use this in sticky situations where they're running to your team or the objective, and there's nothing between the two of you. This is just a quick, you need the zombies off of you or off the objective. Don't go throwing this around crazy, because you can potentially hurt your team and potentially wipe your team out with it. So be very careful with it. We're relying mostly on our shotgun. We have tons of shotgun perks that make it do more damage, to shoot quicker, to shoot farther, and it does a very good job. So your main goal here is to kill things with your shotgun. Like I said, long range is going to be your thumper. It can be short to medium range, but preferably long range. And we're using our C4 in kind of your oh shit situations, where you need the zombies to focus on something other than you and the objective. So it's a very smooth build. It's very cut and dry, very straightforward in what it does. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you the 2 different kinds of shotguns that you'll have in this build. 1, the starter shotgun that you get, and 2, the S890, and what they look like when you max them out, because you're definitely going to need to max them out. Okay, so this is your first shotgun, your M500. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to work all the way to the end here, which is not hard to do, especially if you're following the guide that I have for easy leveling. You will passively gain more currency that you can use as well. If you haven't seen that, please go to my build guides. It is the very first video there. It'll help you level up, and it also helps you gain a little money in the process. You are going to want to have the silencer. As you see here, there's no difference between the 2 in tiers, damage-wise, accuracy-wise, handling, fire rate, max penetration. But the silencer is going to help you out immensely. The quieter your gun, the less chance you have of attracting extra hordes to your team. You need a silencer. The next shotgun you'll get, the S890, is the combat shotgun. Power is a little higher. Max penetration is higher. I believe the fire rate... Yeah, fire rate's a little higher. And accuracy and handling, I mean, it's higher, but not super high, is what I'm trying to say. So your last category here, the 750, which I haven't bought because there's really no reason. There's no difference stat-wise between the 2, but like I said, this final tier here has the silencer, and you need a silencer. Shotguns are very loud, and the quieter you are, the better chance you have of not attracting extra hordes to your team. Your team will be very appreciative of this. Please do not run with a loud gun. Please always have a silencer. But guys, that has been my beginner level Hellraiser guide. This is a very good build for beginners, even some of you more experienced players that just want a laid back build, very easy to use. This will get you through the easy difficulties all the way through the insane difficulties. Just remember, like I said, use your C4 in very certain scenarios, the ones that we talked about. Find your range with the thumper. Know how big the explosion radius is. Just play around with it a little bit, especially for the longer ranges. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You're pretty much just going to be mowing down zombies with your shotgun, and you have 2 other utilities here that will help ensure that you can survive long enough to continue to do that. If you like this build guide, like I said before, please go ahead and drop a like. Comment down below whether you thought that this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, maybe any questions you may have. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can see more of my content, stay up to date with what I post. Thumb through the rest of my playlist if you'd like to watch some other games that I play, maybe some other tutorials, maybe just some general gameplay. I got a couple horror games, some RPGs, some story games, plenty of playthroughs of this as well. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get you guys out of here. I have been KillKhast. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.